So looking at the aims of the webinar. By the end of this webinar, you'll be able to identify key features of a map, write a clear introduction, overview and body paragraphs, accurately describe locations, and use passives and noun forms to describe changes. Okay, so I can see a few of you are here for the first time. So Mercy, welcome, and Loveleen. Right, so I hope you get something out of this today. Yeah, so you're going to see what it is. I think some of you have clearly seen it, but that's fine. So let's just have a look at it. So the task overview is describing a map. And somebody mentioned Ali, Seaside Village, I think you're right. So the map below shows the development of a seaside village between 1995 and now. So you have to write a short report for a university lecturer describing the information below. Okay, so this is quite a common task type for task 1. 150 words, as you know. So remember, that is the minimum. You can write more than that, but you just need to pay attention to time. Okay, so you need to make sure you have enough time to do both tasks. How long do you have to do this? 20 minutes, that's correct. And you have to summarize the information by selecting key features, okay? So remember, you don't have to interpret the information, so you're not thinking about reasons, you're just looking at what's there. So Stephen, you've seen it for the 4th time, so you should be able to do this really well then, I hope. As I said, I mean, you know, sometimes we do repeat webinars, but I don't think it's, you know, I don't think it's a problem to do the same things again, because it just will give you more practice. Right, so now looking at types of map. What does this map describe? Okay, first of all, what does it describe? I'll just go back to that one. Thank you, Joshua. Yeah, what does this describe briefly? The growth of the village, yes, that's a nice explanation, yeah. Okay, it's kind of like a diagram. Yeah, industrialization, development, that's right. Yeah, so it's change, okay, so it's a type of change. Change is development, that's correct. The development of a seaside village, yes. What's the time period? $25 years. Yeah, so it's 1995. I was just trying to work that out in my head, actually. 1995 to present. Yeah, so they're the key, that's the key time period. And then this is very important. How will this affect the language you use? Okay, what tenses should you use for this? You can use the passive, yes, but I'm thinking more about tenses. So, yeah, present, past and present, that's right. So you're connecting the past with the present, so the present perfect and the past, simple past, that's right. So this isn't the only type of map you might get in task 1. Here is another type. Okay, so the maps below show the village of Stokeford in 1930 and 2010. What does this one describe? Yeah, so it's a similar sort of thing. So growth in housing. Yeah, so again, it's kind of development changes. Yes, so similar things are being described, but the time is different. Okay, so that's how it's different from the previous map. How is the time period different? Yeah, 1930 to 2010. So that's right. So both those times are in the past. That's the key difference there. So this is one thing you really have to look at when you look at these maps. How will this affect the language you use? I think somebody said past tense. Yeah, so past simple. That's right. And then we have another one here. So I've done this one before as well, actually. I don't know if anyone's done this. How is this one different from the other two? Future, yeah. So we've got the present and the future. How will this affect your writing? Yeah, present and future can be difficult, yes. So future tense, yeah. So you need to look at future tenses. And there are quite a few future tenses you can use. So in some ways, this type is a little bit more difficult, I would say. Okay, so identifying key features now. Right, so in this lesson, we'll focus on past to present. Okay, so they're the key times. First of all, what changes can you see here? So for those of you that have done this before, this should be quite easy. So it's like revision for you. For others, see if you can see the key changes. Okay, so there's a forest park in 1995, yes. Yeah, so deforestation, nice. Yeah. Improvements in infrastructure, yeah. Housing development, So there are restaurants, that's right. Yeah, so in the present there are restaurants, hotel and restaurants, yeah. So the hotel is still there. So you're kind of looking at what's been added and what's been taken away. Yeah, so there's more housing, that's right. I'm just sorry, there's so many people, there's so many comments, I'm trying to kind of get them all. Fishing port has disappeared, that's right. Forest Park has become tennis courts. Yes. Yes, good. So I think you've got most of those things. Fish markets become apartments. Yeah, there's more housing, that's right. What are the most important changes? What are the main changes, would you say? I think some of you spotted that at the beginning. I think the forest park, okay, that's been removed. That's a big change. Anything else? Housing development. Yeah, so there are more houses. There's apartments down here, so more housing here. Forest park, yeah, that's gone. Fishing port has gone, yes. So I would say they're the main changes. Less green space, yeah. Farming area has been removed. How could you group them together? Okay, how would you do this? How can you divide the changes? The new activities. Okay, describe how industrialization has had its impact on farmland. Yes. Yeah, Rochelle, that's a good idea. So north, west, east, and south. Well, north, yeah, north, south, east, and west. Right, so I'm going to show you how we did it. Okay, so firstly, looking at 1995. So there was the fishing port here. There was farmland and forest park. Okay, so they're two key features that aren't here in this one. And then present, apartments and housing, as most people said. And there's also golf course and tennis instead of the farmland and the forest park. Okay, so as you can see, that kind of corresponds. So the fishing port has gone. It's replaced now by apartments and housing. Farmland and Forest Park has gone and it's been replaced by golf course and tennis. Right, so the structure. Okay, how many parts are there to this essay? Some of you said, one of you said, I think before, 4 parts, that's right. Yeah, so 4 paragraphs. So we have the introduction, the overview, what's number 3? Detail, yes, so body A, details, and then no conclusion, Terence, body B, details. So basically in task 1, instead of the conclusion, you have the overview, right? So that's the difference. Does the overview have to come here? Does it have to come second? No. Where can it come? It can be at the end, yes. So it can be either number 2 position or number 4 position. Kind of as a conclusion, that's right. So you don't need a conclusion as well, right? So everybody always asks this, but you do for task 2. Okay, right. So the introduction, what do you have to do? Yeah, it's not in the introduction, Ali, it's a separate paragraph. Paraphrase, right? So you need to state what the maps show by paraphrasing the title. Okay, as usual, in 1 or 2 sentences. Okay, so this is like the normal introduction for all these tasks. How about the overview? The key features, yeah, key trends and differences. Yes, so you're making a general statement about 2 to 3 key changes. Okay, so the main changes. How long should that be? Three to 4 sentences. Yeah, or 2 to 4 sentences. So around 3 sentences, something like that. How about body A? Okay, so we're going to look at exactly what changes were, in a minute, but you're describing one group of specific changes. How long should that be? 2 sentences, 4. Okay, it's 3 to 5. So as you can see, it kind of goes up. So the introduction is 1 or 2, 2 to 4, 3 to 5. So it gets slightly longer. And then body B is the same, but you're describing a second group of specific changes. Same length. Okay, so that is the basic structure for this.